treat each other. Any other monkey species, if they are smiling and showing their teeth, it's with full intent to use them. You better view that elephant. Oh yeah, there you go. Right there on your right hand side, folks. Now you notice a lot of dirt on that elephant's back. It's not just because he doesn't shower. It's fully intentional. Elephants have very sensitive skin. So to protect their skin from the sun, they will grab dirt with their trunks and throw it onto their own backs as their own form of sunscreen. Now, elephants are very impressive creatures. They have more muscles in just their trunk than in the entire human body combined. Explains why I keep losing that arm wrestling competition. But as big and strong as they are, something we've learned about elephants is that they're actually afraid of bees. Now, since they're afraid of bees, the Disney conservation team was able to do something pretty cool. They were able to help farmers in Kenya who were having a problem with elephants trampling all over their crops. So to help them, they created beehive fences. Those fences shooed those elephants away, keeping them out of harm's way, kept those crops from being trampled, and gave those farmers a bonus third crop of, can anybody guess? You folks are geniuses. Well done. Now here, folks, in this red clay, notice a lot of tusk marks here in this red clay. It's pretty common. That clay is very rich in essential vitamins and minerals for those elephants, so they will often scrape off that clay with their tusks and eat it as a food source. Think less Play-Doh and more your essential elephant multivitamin. Now, looks like we got some more elephants up here on our left-hand side. Might be a small herd of them. Can't tell how many there are. Now, elephants, when they are in a herd, they're actually mostly female. Elephants are a matriarchal species, which means their herds are led by the oldest and wisest female. Once male elephants reach adulthood, they are kicked out of the herd. Sometimes they'll go solitary, other times they'll form smaller bachelor herds of male elephants. I did not make that term up. They are called bachelor herds. Now you'll notice that one is flapping her ears at us, like that. That is not just saying hi, although it is quite polite. Elephants have blood vessels running all along those ears, so by flapping their ears at us, they can cool their body temperature down up to 15 degrees at a time. Yeah, I wish. Lots of elephants here today, folks. We have talked about a bunch of different animal group names, like a tower of giraffe and a bloat of hippos. We even saw a small dazzle of zebras out there. However, the animal group name out of all of them that might just take the cake is a flamboyance of greater flamingos. Yeah. Just another way to say that they're dramatic. Now, these greater flamingos do hatch completely gray, so if you see any gray colored markings along their beak or in their feathers, it's just because they're young. It takes them a few years to get that pink color, and they get it from all the beta carotene they consume from their diets of shrimp and other crustaceans. Also, for my Disney fans on board the truck, take a look at that island they're standing on. That island is a hidden Mickey. That happens to be my favorite hidden Mickey, solely for the increasingly loud sounds of realization I get from the people on board my truck. Lots of elephants. Actually, I can't stop on the cattle guard. Look out to your left-hand side. You can see some more of those elephants on your left-hand side. Lots of those elephants out today. Now, folks, we got a mud pit up ahead to our left-hand side. Now, this mud pit typically serves as a pretty good attractor for some of our larger inhabitants on the reserve, like rhinos. Now, rhinos often like to roll around in this mud as a method of cooling their skin off, protecting their skin, just like elephants, and just for fun, because they're rhinos, why not? Now, the rhinos that I have seen around this area usually are white rhinos. Now, white rhinos are much heavier than our black rhino friends. They will weigh 4,000 to 5,000 pounds each. The term white, though, is actually a mistranslation of the Afrikaans term wide, which means wide. It refers to the wide nature of their mouths. There's no difference in color between black and white rhinos. And on our right-hand side, we're going to see a couple of our white rhino friends right over there. Yeah. Hi, chubby unicorns. They're my favorite. I'm not going to lie. I love the rhinos. Now, a group of rhinos is called a crash. So there was a literal crash in the road. Now, it does make sense, doesn't it? Now, rhinos, they don't have the best eyesight, so they probably earned that nickname, honestly. However, they do make up for that eyesight with some pretty incredible senses of both hearing and smell. Right here on our left-hand side, folks, take a look at the top of that hill. Brilliant view of a cheetah right there, folks. Couple of them, actually.
They're beautiful.
Flapping their tails out like that. Now, cheetahs are the fastest animals on the planet. They will run at 70 miles an hour. That's 7-0. Only takes them 3 seconds to get up to that speed. They are sprinters, though. They cannot hold that speed for very long, really only a couple hundred yards. So the good news is, if you can run at 70 miles per hour for more than a couple hundred yards, you'll be fine. Now, cheetahs' claws, they don't retract like other species of cats. They are always out. So think of it like a professional athlete wearing cleats, is to help them get up to speed and stop and turn on a dime. They are daytime hunters, though, so that black patch of fur around their eyes is their own form of sunglasses, helps them reflect glare. My favorite fact about cheetahs, though, has to be that they're some of the biggest cats that can purr and meow. They also chirp, just like a bird. It's really adorable. They do not roar, but a species of cat that does roar is lions. And right here on our left-hand side, this Kopi rock that we're seeing typically makes a pretty good habitat for them. So make sure to keep those eyes peeled, and we'll see if we see any. Now, if you do see any lions up there, folks, they are likely to be lying around. They sleep on average 16 hours a day, much more my speed than the giraffe. Now, right here on our right-hand side, got a few ostriches out there today, as well as a water buck right there on the top of that hill. And that water buck is that very furry-looking antelope. Water buck are really interesting. Water buck can secrete oily substance into their fur that makes them completely waterproof. It also acts as a good predator deterrent because that substance does not smell good. See if we can see any lions. Now, most of the hunting in a pride of lions will be done by the female, while the males stand back and guard the cubs. Female lions hunt exclusively at night, making them nocturnal hunters. Their vision in the daytime is very comparable to that of ours, but at night, lions can see 10 times better than humans, which is both really awesome and really scary. Now, right here on our left-hand side, got some burrows here. Now, these burrows, typically a pretty good sign of warthogs. We'll see if we can see any. Now, warthogs are the largest burrowing animals in Africa. If you see any, I wouldn't recommend calling them Pumbaa to their face, though. Pumbaa in Swahili does mean foolish one. Kind of ironic. They're some of the smartest animals out here. They'll dig those burrows with their tusks and bare their tusks at the entrance to prevent anything from getting in. Now, those ostriches are the largest birds on the planet. They will run at 40 miles an hour. Since they are flightless, their feathers are not for flight. Instead, they act as kind of a layer of armor against both predators and to protect their skin from the sun. And actually, right here on our left-hand side, folks, found a trio of warthogs right there, just napping. Now, don't let those warthogs fool you. As tired as they may look, and even for those short, stubby little pig feet, they can run at 35 miles an hour. Speaking of fast, right there on our right-hand side, got some ostrich eggs on the ground, a whole group of them. And those ostrich eggs will weigh 3 to 4 pounds per egg. They're so sturdy that an adult human male could stand on them and they wouldn't even crack. Not that I recommend doing this. An ostrich runs at 40 miles an hour and you don't, so probably not the best idea to stand on her eggs. Not sure why I give that fact, actually.
Is it true that ostrich's feathers are bulletproof?
Ostrich's feathers are bulletproof?
Well, I think I know emus' feathers are, so...
I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm not sure about that one. I will look that up though, I promise. Alright folks, now on our left-hand side, we are entering Magadi Glen. Now Magadi Glen is home to a really neat conservation story. Our local warden is raising a small herd of Nigerian dwarf goats. These dwarf goats do look small, but most of them are fully grown. That's as big as they get. They help us with conservation by secreting a sweet flavor of milk. So by farming these smaller animals for their dairy products instead of larger ones, we can cut back on the amount of habitat and land use for those products. They're also just really cute to have around. Not really an animal fact. Actually, you know what? Heck with it. That's an animal fact. Look at him. I have that authority. I can make that an animal fact. Maybe. Let's do it. Nigerian dwarf goats are adorable. But folks, as I cross through this gate, it does mean we are making our way back towards the village, which means that your time with yours truly is drawing to a close. Oh, I miss you already. However, folks, even though this journey of ours is ending, our journey towards the conservation of these animals still continues. A couple ways you can help with that journey is by donating to the Disney Conservation Fund. Any donation you make here in Disney's Animal Kingdom will be matched dollar for dollar for these animals and their habitats. Another way you can help is by recycling. Recycling everything from those plastic bottles to even your electronics can help. That's because your electronics contain a mineral called coltan in the battery, which is being currently heavily mined in Africa, threatening the habitats of our elephant friends. So if you've got a smartphone, laptop, tablet, computer, or you're still carrying around a pager or a flip phone in 2023 for some reason, please recycle those electronics and they will help us cut back on the amount of coltan mining and help elephants. Now here in Africa, we don't like to say goodbye. It's far too sad and far too final. So instead, I'm going to teach you a Swahili term known as Kwaherini, which means to go well. Once again, folks, my name was Dakota, all the way from Palatka, Florida. I hope you enjoyed your safari today. I know I did. If you didn't, my name's Greg. If any Waters Explorers aboard, you are on board the Simba 1. The Simba 1. Alright, folks, do me a favor. Wash those hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors on your right hand side are sliding shut. Kwaherini, folks, thank you, and have a great day out there. And enjoy your time here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Kwaherini.